at faces, it definitely, I just like looking at people. I like looking at people. So good morning to you all. Good morning to you. We got ourselves a good one today in reference to how to collect more buyer leads and what that looks like and what we're doing. We're spending some quality time. What up, Kat? There she is. Got her on video. We'll find somebody else to be on video. John Root, what up there? Got several note takers on here this morning. A lot of Firefly note takers. So good morning, Dawn. Jarek's note taker. Let's see. Is that Ciara? Ciara. I hope I'm saying that right. Sierra. Maybe it's Sierra.
Sierra. Yeah.
Sierra. I knew I would get it. I knew I'd eventually get it.
Good morning.
Good
Or
morning,
yeah,
Sierra.
good morning. Yeah.
Good morning. Good morning. Put in the chat where you're calling us from today. Put in the chat where you're calling us from because you just never. Caleb, what up, brother? Where you never know where there could be a referral waiting for you. So today's topic is going to be about buyers and how to attract buyers, maybe some of the challenges you're having in the buyer market, and some things that you could take a look at using some artificial intelligence to help create some content. I'll share with you a little bit about what I also did with Gary Ashton's team yesterday while I was in Nashville. If I do have a slowdown with the internet, for whatever rhyme or reason, I've tried everything under my powers with this internet, but sometimes it does lag. So just, say something in the chat, raise your hand like you're frozen or whatever, and I will do everything I can to make sure Orlando, Florida, Maryland, Greenville, Charlotte. So, um, who's seeing an uptick in their business? Put a 5 in the chat if you've seen an uptick where you're getting more questions, more people in the business. Oh, we got 2 people from Maryland. Put a 5 in the chat if you've seen an uptick in the business. Have you seen some of the things taking place? I don't know about you, but it's been crazy. There's been a lot more business happening. I think that has a lot to do with the interest rates. I have a lot to do with the new year. And so, who is having what is like one takeaway that you want to make sure that I answer in reference to the buyer side of it? Because I'm going to be focusing a lot on buyers, but has anybody got something like stop traffic? I really need to make sure that you answer this question. Either come off of mute or put it in the chat here. So then that way I can make sure that we address that there's an issue you have, or what is it that I am doing or recommend doing in today's market? Anybody got anything that they want to add to the chat or a question that they have? Nobody? Great. I can just say whatever I want to say then about buyers. So I will say this. I think you need to use artificial intelligence to put on your here's your prompt on artificial intelligence that you want to put in here. So for those that maybe you want to put video, record notes, whatever it might be, here's your prompt. Okay. You want to create and ask ChatGPT, what are the 5 biggest problems? I'm going to put it in ChatGPT now too. What? And let me do screen share so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. Okay. What are the 5 greatest challenges buyers are facing in the Charlotte real estate market? I better put Charlotte, North Carolina, because just want to make sure they have here. What are the 5 greatest challenges buyers are facing in the Charlotte real estate market today in 2026? Okay. So you want to do that. If you're in your chat GPT, do this now. Okay, go into it and fill this out. And Kat will definitely get onto that question too. So I'm going to go back to my screen. This is important all because we want to empathize with the buyers and what their problems are. Okay? Affordability, great. Number one, affordability. Number two, limited inventory. Limited inventory. Do you know what your inventory is in your area? Do you know what the inventory took place? You know what happened to the inventory in December? It's gone down drastically. 18% NAR put out, right? So know what it is in your area. This is very, very important to understand. Okay. Next, it says competition in certain price tiers and location. Competition in certain price tiers and locations. Mortgage rate uncertainty. Population growth in migration keeps demand elevated. Right. So these are the issues we have here in Charlotte. So do your hometown. Do your hometown. See if they match. See if they match any of these. Okay. Affordability, limited inventory, competition, mortgage rates uncertainty, and population growth. These are issues that we're seeing. All right. Now, I'm gonna give you a little behind the scenes here. Okay. Can you see this right here, Paul? Do you see what it says here on the screen? It says Charlotte Real Estate Market Outlook 2026. What buyers and then it says 7 days ago. Okay. You see that all? I'm going to give you, I'm going to come back to the main screen because I really want you to lean into this because if you want buyers, okay, this is very important. Stone Realty in Charlotte is one of the top real estate teams in our area. Okay. And what did I just share with you? This is peeling the onion back, John, because you all can do this. Stone Realty. Number two, and his content came up on a chat. People are going to chats more. Charlotte real estate market outlook for 2026, what buyers and sellers should expect. Matt Stone, local market trends, and he put this out in 2026, just recently. What buyers and sellers should expect. Okay. I'm going to put this in here into the chats all so you guys can go back and look at this to use this as an example. This is important. This is important for you to understand. You can do this. What this is a blog that they put on their website. Put a 5 in the chat if you have a website. Put a 5 in the chat if you have a website. Put a 5 in the chat if you have some website that you really don't know too much about. You're not really using it, but you know someplace there's a website somewhere out there of some sort that you got that you either really know a lot about or you have no freaking clue. Okay. All right. So several of you put 5s in the chat that is what's taking place. Now, when you look at this is, if you look at mattstone.com. So this tells me here it's on his website. And then he has what we call a meta tag, which is a smaller tag, Charlotte Real Estate Market Outlook 2026. So do the same exact thing in your area. That's his tag. That tag came up on SEO and came up on chat SEO. Okay. Put a 10 in the chat. Is this making sense to people? Because this is very, very important. This is the underlying thing that you all can do. Matt Stone has just figured out the formula. I'm honestly doing this right now myself. Okay. I'm literally putting this together. If you're interested in it, it's expensive. Okay. I'm not trying to, you can do this, but it's $2,500. That's what I pay a VA to do this for me because this formula works and I'm now applying it. And you're going to see more and more stuff in the Charlotte area for me to do this. Okay. So you can do this on your own. And for those of you that just like, and I don't have time to do it, but I got some money in my bank account, just let me know. Like, I'll give you my formula. This is what I learned at Rise when I went down there in Florida. This is what I took away from it. And now I'm implementing it. It costs money, but I'm just telling you, it's well worth it. If those of you, and for those of you like, Brock, I don't have that type of money. I don't have $2,500. I'm not, I'm just telling, I'm going to give you the secrets. This is what I'm doing. So map it out on how to do it. Okay. So you got the Chat GPT. Let me go back to my screen share for those that are okay. Does that make sense? Put a 10 in the chat. If this is making sense? This is like Sierra. Thank you. Wow, I never would have thought. Is this making sense? 10, John Root. Okay, good. Anybody else? Because I'll slow it down, but I just want to make sure. I feel like the pace I'm going is pretty reasonable. But this is important. See, people don't explain. It's like you see the car on the outside, you're like, wow, that car goes really fast, or that car goes really slow. Same car, same model, same color, but underneath the hood, it looks a lot different. It's like, well, that's got a V8 and that's got like a little 4-cylinder. Totally different output you're going to get, but you got to go underneath the hood to see what this is all about. Okay. So in here, you can see this is what he uses. So now that's what you're going to create. That's what you can go to ChatGPT and say, please create for me whatever Maryland, fine tune it. Okay. Okay. Don't like make it Maryland, but make it like whatever city you live in. Real estate market outlook for 2026. Okay. Now, I said to you, we came into here, and here are the greatest problems. Here are the greatest problems that you have. And so in here is what buyers and sellers should expect. That's a great tag. Write that down. Use this. Right now, I promise you, I know Matt Stone. He's not writing this all. He is not writing this. This is all ChatGPT. What you do see here is, do you have any questions? Call or text today. So they got a chat bot right here. Make a note of that. Do I have a chat bot? Can I get a chat bot? Is my website really efficient? If you need help with this, let me know. We have people that can help you. Guys, unfortunately, a lot of this, you can do this all on your own. There are VAs that can do this. When I didn't have as much money, I was doing it on my own, and I wouldn't do it during my income producing time. I would be doing it in the afternoon, working on this. But here's what it is. Inventory is slow. I mean, did you not see what ChatGPT said? And now he's touching on it. Home prices are stabilizing. Inventory is slowly improving. Mortgage rates are creating more of a balanced market. What this means for Charlotte buyers in 2026. What this means for Charlotte sellers. Why local experience? Like, he's telling you what is taking place in the market and then going into explaining to you. Thinking about buying or selling. What is that also known as? CTA. What does a CTA mean, everybody? What is a CTA? A little pop quiz.
Call to action.
Call to action. There you go. Sherry gets a gold star. Gold star, Sherry. A call to action. All right. You can create different ones for different cities for a specific market. You can, but don't do that. Don't try to scat. It's like because we're all expected to get ice and snow for majority of us. I know Florida, you're not going to, but that'd be like taking all the salt and just spreading it all over the driveway. But if you just took that same thing of salt and you placed it all in one pile, I promise you that there's no snow or ice coming there because you put all your energy into this one spot. If you try to sprinkle it, be like, oh, I'll do all the cities, it's not going to work. You got to focus and create a niche. So for me, mine is Cornelius, Lake Norman, Lakefront. My goal, my average sale price, my average transaction price is right around 650,000. And I can either do two things to increase my income this year. What can I do? Increase my transaction count, or I can increase my average sale price. Which one reduces the amount of work I need to do? Increasing my sale price, increasing my transaction average. So I'm focusing on Lake Norman, Cornelius, waterfront properties to get my average sale price to over $1 million. So that way I can do less work, but keep my volume the same. So find maybe a good area that you want to be, but it's got to be one niche, one area that you want to focus on. Don't sprinkle it everywhere. Okay. But yeah, he's got a call to action on here. Okay. And so in your prompt, when you're doing your prompt, here's what it is. Okay. So you see this all? Buyers and sellers in 26 dealing with high prices relative to income, tight inventory, and key segments. All right. This came from a WSOC, even market on here on real estate. Charlotte's housing market year in review. You can take this and put it in your whatever it is, whatever the link is. So when ChatGPT come to the end where it shows you where they got the link. Now, watch what I'm going to do. Okay. I'm going to come into here. I got the link. I got this information. Okay. Here, pay attention for the prompt. All this is very, very important. Okay. Now I would like you to create for me a blog that I can copy, paste for my site. Since I live in Charlotte, please use some of the data from this link, as well as the information of the challenges you shared above. Please keep in mind, I would also like to have solutions for these challenges and have a call to action pointing towards me and my contact info that I can help with these solutions. Okay. We all following along on this. These are prompts that you can use all to put inside here. All right. So I want to create a blog. I want this to be a copy paste. Now here's another ingredient that I'm going to add to it. This is important. Please make the content Chat GPT SEO friendly, since majority of people are now going into Chat GPT. Please create hash tags and other keywords that are trending and buyers are using. Put the 5 in the chat right now if I'm really kind of raising people's eyebrows. Like, damn, I didn't even think like that. Put a 5 in the chat if you're just like, wow, my prompts aren't even close to being like this. Okay. We getting this? We seeing what This is the details all that are very, very important to understand. Okay. I want to make people say, Brock, how do you travel? How do you do all this stuff? How are you all over the place? How are you still doing real estate business? How, like, by just being efficient with my time and my prompts, and then I create this. So let me go back to this. And now you can see I'm going to hit search. Okay. Boom. I don't know about you all, but how long did that take? How long did that take right there? Okay. Here's an SEO friendly, ready to publish blog post for your Charlotte real estate website, incorporating data from this link, current 2026 trends, context, top buyer challenges, solutions, trending words, and a strong call to action. Here it is all. Charlotte, home buyer, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to read everything to you. Top 5 challenges, affordability. It gives me the challenge and then the solution right there. Get pre-approved early, explore down payment assistant, prioritize neighborhoods, closer to uptown, flip opportunities. Hello, Sherry, flip opportunities. They even talk a little bit about investing. Limited inventory, solutions, challenges. For every one of those challenges, there's some solutions to it. With it, expert insight. Okay. You'll notice over here, once again, he came up again. And there's also the Jay White group on what they're doing. Your next steps. Let me help you win in Charlotte. Contact me. If you're planning on buying, you deserve guidance, strategy, and confidence. Contact me. I help strategize, negotiate, and close. Reach out to me for a free buyer count. Here's my CTAs. Here are my keywords. If you like, I can also create a matching social media campaign, emails, newsletter, or video script. How many of you in your database have a whole bunch of buyers? We have a whole bunch of Grizzly leads. Okay, so I'm going to say, please create for me a social media campaign to help attract buyers. Please also create for me a 9-worded email I can mass email to my entire buyer database. Please also create a 160 character text message for a call to action to leads who have ghosted me. I want to engage with them. Keep my screen share on so you guys can see this. Absolutely. Here it is. Social media campaign they're creating for me. Here's the post. 1, 2, and 3. 4 should go all the way to 5. Oh no, 4. And then my 9-worded email. Charlotte buyers are winning again. Here's how you do. Wait a minute. Subject line. Subject or body. 9 words exactly. Buyer database. Perfect. Oh, perfect for curiosity. So 9-worded emails are used. They found out statistically that increases the curiosity of open rate because that's what you're really trying to do. There's your 160 characters. Here's your optionals. Turn this into a 7-day drip. Create Instagram hooks and reels. Write a 30-second video. Build a buyer lead magnet tied to this. Just say the word and I scale it. How many of you Put your email in the chat if you want me just to send you this chat. If you want me to share this chat with you, put your email in the chats and I will get it to you. This is all you do, all is breaking this down and putting it and applying this content. When people say, Brock, what do I do? What should I be doing today? You do this and you get it out there. I'm telling you, you will start to, but you have to put it in your calendar from 2 to 3. I'm going to work on my buyer leads using artificial intelligence to create this. Okay. This is what will help you attract more buyers. This type of content. Okay. Turn this into a 7-day drip follow-up and Instagram reels and hooks. I just want to see what that looks like. Yes, for Instagram, please. Okay. Let me go back to screen share just so you guys can see it. All right. These hooks are also really good. Attention grabber, talking points, on-screen text. Charlotte buyers. This changes everything. This, I always like to see this because these are the hooks that get people. Like, how do you guys click on Instagram? All it is a hook that got you to click on it. That's all it is. Okay. Now I shared with you earlier. Yes, this does take time. That's why I say put an hour in it. For those of you that have that extra money, I don't have that much extra money, but I was just like, for $2,500, I need to fricking have this done for me. I don't have time for it, but I'm starting to see my blogs come up. I'm starting to see some attraction take place, especially in certain areas that I want to focus in on. And some point in 3 months from now, I'm going to share with you some of the deals that I got, and somebody's going to say, you're so lucky. I'm not lucky, y'all. I'm not lucky. I just take what I've learned, and this is what I learned when I was in Florida, and that was back in October, all. It's taken me some time to apply it. And some of it's expedited because I just pay a virtual agency company to help me because the other companies were like double that price. And I was like, for 2,500, run it. I meet with them once a week and we have a conversation. For those of you, you can do this. And if you don't have the money, block it out. Just do it. If you're interested either way, just send me a DM. I'll point you in the right direction or I'll point you to the VA that you can hire. It's very simple. Don't complicate it. I'm telling you, this market today is going to blow up. It's going to blow up because people are tired of waiting. So our society doesn't like to wait. We're a very impatient society. We want things now. Hence why we get pissed off when the interest, I can't say internet doesn't work. If your internet doesn't work, it's like we have a freaking it's like terrible. It's like, oh my goodness. People are tired of waiting. If you look at the last 3 years, they've been waiting and now they're ready to explode. With the interest rates starting to go down, we could really see this taking place. We could see this really happening. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to open it up to questions because it's already 10:30. I actually just remembered that I can put the chat right in here. So I'm going to put the chat that of the prompts. It's in the chat. Go to the chat, click on it. So that way you have it. Okay. That is literally the prompt. Mess around with it, play with it, understand how to use it to create the blogs that you have. Because majority of you said you have a website. If you don't like your website and you want to upgrade your website, call me. Let's have a conversation. I can help you out with that too. These are all things I had to do to start to automate it, to make it run, to get it, to put it into play. I don't even know. So my website is brokerbrockzevan.com. Somebody asked me, you can go to GoDaddy. You can get it. All right. And you can see, let's see, all blogs. So this is, I'll just show you. So here's one of my blogs. Literally, how many of you got listings? Okay. Every listing should get a blog. So here's a listing that I have. Just went up January 19th. So just a couple days ago. All right. Talk with Brock, view my current listings. What is that? What is that right there? What is that also known as? Thank you, Sherry. Appreciate your comment. What is this right here, all? Little pop quiz here. Don't be bashful. There's no wrong answer, but there is a right one. What is that? Right in the beginning.
With Brock, that's another call to action.
A call to action. Yeah, it's a call to action, modern condo living, why this unit is a smart move. It is telling you, giving you why this is like, okay. And then it's immediate call to action. Why this kind of hits the sweet spot, because people might be like, what's going on? You have questions and you give them answers. What is this all about? Okay. If you take a look, I just started this. If you look to the right, all my blogs 26. I just started doing this the last month. I'm just taking what I learned and I'm applying it. And this is basically is a listing. You could do every single listing, helpful tools and links, frequently asked questions. Like all this is, and here it is, message Yadkin, check monthly payments. All these things you can apply or you can put into it. And it's just a blog that I have for my listings. So every listing now is getting a blog to be able to attract and SEO stuff. Here's the bonus, and then I'm going to open up the questions. Excuse me. So I have another listing that's coming up. And how many of you do not like to do remarks? Put a 3 in the chat that you hate doing remarks on your listings. Put a 3 in the chat if you don't like doing remarks. Put a 3 in the chat if you're like, Brock, I use artificial intelligence for mine. I use artificial intelligence for mine. Put a 3 in the chat if you use artificial intelligence and you hate doing agent remarks or property remarks. Okay, nobody. All right, well, I guess I don't even need to share this with you then, if nobody has this problem. Okay, good. Jill saved y'all. Jill and Sherry saved y'all because this is something that a lot of people don't do, and I've learned how to do it. Did you know that unless you have a blog or you do what I'm about to tell you, your personal website attached to your listing you own will not pop up for you? Zillow, realtor.com, and they all own it. Their stuff, and if you don't believe me, just Google the address because I guarantee you yours not popping up. Zillow's popping up. Am I talking to somebody? They're like, yep, nope, that's exactly what happens. Okay. So when you do that, they will own it because they have so much money and they are always in the front. In order for you to get yourself to the front, you have to create SEO content. And what people are doing, and Paul, I appreciate you sharing this, and this is why I'm setting the table to really make sure you lean into this. We go to ChatGPT and we ask ChatGPT to create agent or public remarks for my MLS listing, right? Am I talking to somebody right now? And that's what we were taught. So we go ahead and we do this and we put it in. Please create for me MLS remarks for 123 Main Street so I can promote and push out. And we get it. And then we submit it and we're like, hey, good. Here's what I learned. I hope you guys, did my internet go out? Can you guys still hear me? We good? John, we good? Okay, we're good. So here's what I want you to add. The MLS remarks are the only data points that ChatGPT can actually look at. Is that in a blog? That's why the blogs are so very important. So in the ChatGPT, when you do your remarks, you need to say the following. Lean in or get this recorded. You need to say this in your prompts. I am getting ready to put into my MLS public remarks for 123 Main Street. I need you to please search the top 3 migration areas, cities, towns, states that are moving to Charlotte, North Carolina. Please also add any trending words that ChatGPT and SEO are attracting buyers. Please incorporate this into my agent and public remarks. Sorry, don't say agent, public remarks for me to gain attraction and get more buyers, all at the same time sharing info on this property. That will get you better views and more SEO and get you higher ranked on websites. Stop just giving it the basics. Don't just say, give me public remarks anymore. Ask for it to give you search engine optimizing ChatGPT content that attract buyers in different parts of the United States that are moving to your city, moving to your area. Put a 5 in the chat if that makes sense. Put a 5 in the chat if that makes sense. If you're just like, I haven't done that before, that was something different. Okay. So that is really, really important. All these are little tidbits that could help you get more buyers into your ecosystem by tools you already have. Yes or yes. Right. So it is 10:40. I'm going to open it up, come off of mute, put it in the chat. Tell me something, a takeaway, something you learned, anything and all. Say it in the chat. So I always look for 2 takeaways and maybe 2 questions that somebody has before we can leave. So don't try to sneak off. Don't try to leave. Who's got something for me?
Okay, I'll go.
All right, Jill.
I was just gonna say this is intense. It's a lot for someone. I'm not like the best at computers, but you really broke it down good for me, and I'm gonna try and use it.
So you're not the only one, Jill. It's very overwhelming. Okay.
Video you though, so I'm gonna go back and watch it again.
So here's the thing, all there's a couple things you can do with this. You can take, like, for those of you who have all these summaries and Fireflies and note takers and transcripts. Okay, this is what I recommend you do. You take the transcript, you copy paste it, you go into ChatGPT and you say, just got done listening to this really great. No, I'm not gonna, you don't have to say that, but this good webinar about buyer attraction. Could you please give me 20 activities I can do over the next 20 days that are simplified and easy for me to manage and handle because I get overwhelmed? And please talk to me like a 5th grader. Here's the transcript, and put the transcript in there. And then it will break it down for you. How to eat an elephant, 1 bite at a time. And it will break it down for you over the next 20 days of simple things to do. And it's everything that I said, but just itemized out for you to make it easier. So that's what I would recommend you, Jill, and anybody else who gets overwhelmed, because that's what we do. That is exactly what we do, because some of the stuff that I'm learning is way over my head. I don't even have time to do it. and I don't understand it. So I just say, could you please break it down? And then I say, for those that have VAs, I say, please break it down so that way I can copy paste it, send to my VA team who is managing this so they can start this project. That's literally what we did. That's how I started doing my blogs. Any other questions? I got 3 more. Takeaway or a question? Takeaway or a question. Who else? Thank you, Joe.
I truly love, Brock, how you break it down and make it sound so easy. And truly, I think that we let ourselves get so overwhelmed by technology, but it's truly there to help us. And I thank you for literally just showing us, like, I mean, word for word, the prompts, how to go about these different things. It's really powerful. Thank you.
No, thank you, Sherry. And I appreciate you sharing that because sometimes I feel like they're probably like, all right, Brock, enough about these prompts. But the prompts are the most important. And when I go to events, I always find that some of the speakers and the coaches just overlook the prompt. All right, this is what I did. Let me show you what it looked like. Here you go. All right, you ready? Let's go on to the next. And it's just like, whoa, timeout. What did you say in that prompt again? Because the prompt's the most important thing. Because the chat doesn't know where to go if you don't give it direction. See, we all have the tool. It's like the GPS in your car. You all have the tool. What you don't have is the exact address on how to get to the destination that you have. And for us, that's the prompt. We need to have the prompt in order to understand it or for it to understand us. That's why it's so important to work on it daily. Put it into your calendar, 1 hour in the afternoon, working with this type of stuff. So thank you, Sherry. Anybody else? I got 2 more, 2 more questions or takeaways. I'm going to call on Anna because I don't know if I met Anna and she's on here and she was there. There she is.
Hi, this has been awesome. Thank you so much. Well, I do have a question actually. So I live in Old Bridge, New Jersey, and
Jizzy.
and my
I was
zip
just up
code.
in New York City, up in that
Oh,
area.
really? Yeah, so my zip is 07721, which is Cliffwood, but it's part of Old Bridge. But Old Bridge is so big that I can drive like 25 minutes out to Route 18, and that's definitely not the area that I'm focused on. So then how do you create content or blog posts for where I'm located? I'm like on the border of Aberdeen, Matawan, Keyport, Hazlet, like literally I go, 5 minutes this way, it's Matawan. 5 minutes this way, it's Aberdeen. So what I do, it's kind of
So
hard.
so for here, that's like Charlotte. Charlotte's way
Mhm.
too big. Okay. So I don't know how it is, and I'm just going to talk out loud and you can guide me however. But the first thing, if I was in your hometown and I was in an area, so like for Charlotte, it's massive, but within Charlotte, there's many different zip codes. So then I would focus on zip codes. Can you do that in your area? Can you do different zip codes?
Yes, yes, you
Okay.
can.
So I would do zip codes and then I would do school districts. So for here, school districts are like even though you're in Charlotte, we have 126 like high schools or elementary schools. So I would break it into the feeding schools of wherever that is. So the main goal that I would share with you today is where can you fine tune it even more? Like where can you is it a park? Is it a golf course? Is it if you can't do a city, can you do a borough? Can you do a zip code? And I would just fine tune it a little bit further and then make it into an area that you're really trying to lean into and focus. So here I could say maybe this could help too. Lake Norman. Lake Norman, though, is made up of so many different cities because it's a very massive lake.
Mhm.
So I say specifically, I want Cornelius, North Carolina at 28031. And I want the school district of Huff High School because all of those are all combined together. And so I stay in that element unless I have a listing that's outside someplace else, but I just stay in that zone for what you got. Does that help you out?
It does a little bit. It just that I don't know how to explain it. Like 2 seconds on the road, I have Matawan, which is like the plaza I get my sushi from. If I go 5 minutes down the other way, you know, I'm now in Aberdeen. If I go here, it's Cliffwood. So it's very confusing.
So what you could do when you say certain spots, you said you're dry cleaning, you go down the road and that's where you're dry
like
cleaning.
sushi or
Sushi,
whatever.
sushi. I
Yeah.
don't know why I said dry cleaning, but sushi. So what I would do is then I would relate it to areas that you eat, about restaurants and where you're going to, because it's all within your zone. Because somebody, I guarantee you, if you put in that restaurant, there's going to be Google reviews. Would you agree on that restaurant?
Yes.
So you can attach the SEO I would be looking at, be like, I eat sushi in Matawan, and this is a really great place to eat. Also, take a look at the Google reviews because they have a 5-star rating or a 4.8-star rating. So what happens is ChatGPT all can only look at certain things inside of their algorithms. So for you, if you're going to so many different places that are within that your wheelhouse, I would focus on those locations and then say, if you want to live by this sushi place, look at the homes that are by here. And you can use that in your MLS or your matrix or however it's set up. And you could do your searches that way. And ChatGPT does do that. Be like, hey, could you help me find homes that are around this location?
Mm-hmm.
If you want, see how that works, and then reach out to me, DM me, and we could do a deeper dive. I have no problem doing a deeper dive with you to help you see if we can pinpoint what that looks like. Because a lot of times, sometimes I just mess around in Chat GPT just to try to find the right prompt that would work.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
You bet. Who else? One more before we go. One more before we go. I hope I'm not frozen because some people are just looking at me with deer and headlights right now. I don't know, John Root. No, John was just giving me the example of a deer and headlight. Come on, one more before I go. It's 10:50. See, I'm fine with awkward pauses. I'm good with them. Okay, everybody's quiet. All right, fine. No more. We won't do any more. We won't do anything else. All right, all. I appreciate y'all. If I can help you in any way, I'll just put my phone number in the chat. You can text me directly. You can also look me up, Grace, if you can put my contact information in there for my private Facebook group, The Mindset Show. Our Power Players is done every other Thursday at 10 a.m. If you know somebody that would be interested in learning from this, I greatly appreciate it. If you haven't done a Google review and this is the first time being on here with me, feel free to put my Google review on there as well. And we'll add that context in here. And take a look at that chat all. Use that prompt. Help yourself out. If I can help you in any way, if you're interested in having a VA help you build your blog and doing that, DM me as well. And guys, till next time, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning at 8:15 for those of you that are on the Mindset Show. And I'll talk to everybody later. Bye, all. See ya.